Okay, so here are the four main ways you're going to prove triangles congruent. One is side, side, side. Second one is side, angle, side. Then we have angle, angle, side, and angle, side, angle. There's also hypotenuse, leg, but that's only if you're in a right triangle, and it doesn't come up that much. And frankly, I ran out of room on the slide. So, side, 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 to label it, what it means is that you have three sides that are the same in triangles. So like AB is congruent to DE, BC is congruent to EF, and AC is congruent to DF. That guarantees that these two triangles are exactly the same no matter what. Now, side, angle, side. The key with this is you have two sides and the angle that's in between those sides. So let's start with a couple of sides. Let's go with AB is congruent to DE, and BC is congruent to EF. Now, there's two sides, check, check. Now we need the angle, but specifically we need the angle in between these two sides, the angle formed by these two sides. So in this case, it would have to be angle B is congruent to angle E. And then that right there is enough to show you that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. Now, angle, angle, side, what you have here is two angles, and then the side, but a side that's not in the middle. So if you look down here, you have angle, side, angle. That's when the side's in between the two angles. So angle, angle, side could be like if you had angle A congruent to angle D, angle B congruent to angle E, and then, honestly, either side works. You can either go with AC congruent to DF or BC congruent to EF. Don't pick AB congruent to DE because that would be angle, side, angle. So I'll go with AC is congruent to DF. That's an example of two triangles congruent by angle, angle, side. And finally, angle, side, angle is when you have two angles congruent, like A and D and B and E, and then the side in between the two angles. So specifically, this would have to be AB congruent to DE. So this question asked, what additional information is needed for side, angle, side congruence? So in this case, we have angle D congruent to angle T, and DN congruent to MT. So what we have here is we have an angle and a side, angle and a side. So what we need is the other side that forms this angle right here. So we have this, we need this. So what we need is DA congruent to TO. And then that would be side, angle, side. For this one, it says angle, side, angle. So again, we have the same setup. We have angle, side, and we need the angle, but specifically the angle that, includes the side DN. So right here, angle N congruent to angle M. And then that gives you angle, side, angle. Okay, so for this, what we're going to do is give you just the most basic proof in the world, and all we're trying to do is prove that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle XYZ. Okay, should be easy, shouldn't be that bad, think we can do it. This is the information we're given up at the top. So with a proof, what you do is you start by listing the given information, and what you do with it, you list it down here, and just the reason, you're like, it was given to us, they told us that's what it is. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay, so what I've done here is I've put all the given information down in the statement column, and the reason that we can say it is because it was given to us, that's where we started the problem. If you notice, I also color-coded these because it's very important to label your diagrams with the congruent sides and angles. So you look, I have A, B, Z, Y, that's in green, we have these in red, and we have these in blue to correspond with those. So now, the final piece is we have to prove that these two triangles are congruent. So it's easy enough to say that these things are congruent, like I did right here, but we need a reason, and the reason is going to be one of those reasons we had from earlier. And specifically in this case, we have a side, and a side congruent to a side, and a side. So the reason that you would put here is just side, side, side. Great, now let's try the other one. So take a minute and try that one out for yourself. I'm going to put the given information in. Go for it. So again, I've labeled all the given information, and we have the labels right here, and everything's all set and ready to go. So now we just have to say the triangles are congruent by some certain reason, which hopefully you can see is side, angle, side. And that right there is the most basic and simple triangle proof you're going to see. They'll get harder as we go along, but this is the basic format and how you prove triangles congruent.